Hi guys, and welcome back to another F1 Clash GP weekend with myself as a WF1, and it is race day, Saturday. It's opening round and you all want to see if we can defend that P1. The races that I've got coming up for you in this video, we've got Brazil, Singapore, Italy and France, so we've got a bit of rain in there as well. And then let's have a look at the setup we're using. So Sainz and Verstappen is our go-to drivers, as well as this car setup as well. Annoyingly, we are one off an upgrade, so that's frustrating. But we've got race one on the way, and at the minute, we have no Music Man in our group. I've got McGrady, so we're going to have another close battle, but Music Man is not existing in here. So, without further ado, let's get into it. And first of all, I want to just say thanks for watching these videos, but I want to hear from you. How are you getting on this weekend? And I want to know what your worst track out of this 8 is. Because if you comment your worst track, I will help you with a good strategy from where you start. So let me know what track you struggle and where you start, and I'll try and set you up for a good final round. So let's get into it. Brazil, let's go. Race one is amongst us at Sao Paulo. And tell you what, if you watched qualifying yesterday, it was very interesting in real F1, wasn't it, guys? I won't give the results away, but wow, no one expected that. Carlos Sainz qualifying P4 and P8, and we've got a wet race. So that's going to make it very interesting indeed. And we're going to be putting on the Hex, and we're also probably going to be putting on the tuning or SAR. We'll probably go SAR for this one if I can find it. We eventually find it. And here we go. We've got rain, 33% chance on hits delivered. And it's only a minute, so this could get very interesting with the weather here. So here we go, lights out and away we go. And Carlos Sainz gets a good start up the inside. And he is into P1. And what about Max? Max is fighting the Mercedes and the Ferrari. And he's currently sat in P6 as the internet goes a bit dodgy. And what a cut the corner by Verstappen. And Max Verstappen up to P5, nearly into P, and he's into P4. What a move. And we are sitting P1 and P4 early in this race. And that is absolutely fantastic news for as a WF1 racing team. And we will now start to conserve. We've got the boosts to actually keep us ahead. And we're going to just bide our time. But Max Verstappen looks like he wants to get ahead of the Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. But don't worry, they'll be having some dodgy pit stops again, and we'll be flying past them. Sorry to all Ferrari fans out there, but I am also a Ferrari fan, so if you don't laugh, you'll cry. So here we go, P1 and P4. We're going to try and get past Sainz, because Sainz is not as quick as us with this boost. So hopefully, first corner, massive opportunity. Sainz goes defensive, but it's not that good. And Max Verstappen is up to P3. So it is starting to dry out, but the rain is only 90 and it's going to be raining again in 60 seconds. So we're going to stay out. We're not going to go to dries this race. We're going to go straight back onto wets as Carlos Sainz starts his 4th lap. And it looks like Max Verstappen might be doing 5. So we're going to close the gap a little bit. And like I said, this race is not going to make it to dries. And we're going to big lunge from Max. And Max Verstappen from a mile away into P2. And this is a brilliant start to the race weekend. And it is P1 and P2 at the moment. We don't have to risk anything, but we are going to boost on this lap and then bring the drivers back in. So I think they'll pit lap 4 most of the field. It looks like the case. We've saved our tyres. We're going to go for an extra lap. And let's look at the field. So 3 and 4 carry on. So they're not actually going to pit on lap 4. They're actually going to go for 5 laps. And the odd person coming into the pits now. So the back of the field does 4 laps, but the rest of the field does 5. And Sainz is coming in with the back markers. So it's going to be some slowish stops here because we are full of traffic. And it's still raining. So we're right to go onto the wets. And where are we going to come out? We're going to come out comfortably ahead. And we can boost to finish. And this is going to be a very, very nice start to the day. If rainy Brazil delivering for us and Sainz is on the victory lap. He's lapping the field. He's got P17, K-Mag, or the old legendary K-Mag. in P17. As we're going to lap the rival here as well. So the rival is getting lapped in P16. And Verstappen currently P2. Where's P3 on the grid? P3 is coming around on the last straight now. So we are actually flying through the field with 1 lap to go. And Sainz is past P11 now, up to P10. So we're almost lapping most of the field. And it is the strategy to use, guys, that we've used is a 4 last laps. So 4 sprint laps at the end. Or 3 laps, wasn't it? We did 5 laps. So 3 laps at the end. And 5 laps conserve boost on the 4th. So that's what I meant. We did 4th lap boost. So yeah, that's the strategy. Either a 4 and a 4 works well on here, or a 5 and a 4. 5 and a 3. It's too early. I can't get any maths right. We're not all perfect. But I'll tell you what is perfect. P1 and P2. And that is a solid 47 points in Brazil. In the bag. And I'll try and get my maths sorted for the second race. Race 2 in Singapore. I almost forgot to speak during that. But we are race 2 and we are starting P4 and P8. And with Sainz up the field, I'm going to try and hold up the field. And Verstappen, I'm going to stick on an eagle for the tyres and the grip. And let's see where we can get. Hopefully we can jump Sainz into the lead and hold up the field and get Max Verstappen through. That's going to be the absolute requirement for this. So can we get a good start? Carlos Sainz on the inside gets blocked by Verstappen. And he is up to P1. Brilliant move by Sainz. And what about Max? Max is into P6. And we've got Sainz in the lead. So that's what we wanted to do. Wanted to put Sainz in the lead so we can use that rooster. And Max now up to P5. Great move up the inside. Can he get the Mercedes of Russell into P4? Round the outside here. And it's not quite happened. We need to keep that. Oh, we're going to lose that position. So we've got Sainz out in the lead. We've got Max Verstappen in P6. And looking around us, medium and hards. So we're going to have some drivers pit on lap 4 as well, but the hards are going to go to lap 5, so we should be able to undercut them. So there's at least one we will undercut. Sainz is still out in the lead, and now we're going to have to try and get Max Verstappen through the Ferrari, and that's exactly what we do. Max Verstappen up to P5, and now can we get P4? He's setting himself on Leclerc, and he goes round the outside of Leclerc, up the inside. Can he go back round the outside? Not quite. Bit of in, out, in, out, in, out there. And we are on the back. So we're just going to boost to this corner. We can't get him yet, so we're going to cut down. And this is Leclerc on the medium tyre. So we've used a bit more tyre than we wanted. But we're trying to make the gains early. And now with sort of mediums in front of us and one soft, I'm in a decent enough position as we start lap 3. So we'll be boosting shortly. But I might also keep Sainz close to the field here. He's not really being closed down by the rest of the field. But we're going to keep him out, and we've got that rooster to try and hold up the opponents. And it's not doing too bad. We've still got only a 1.4 second gap. We've got Max in P5. And hopefully, we should get ahead of George Russell here. He'll pit this lap. Max and Leclerc will be next lap. And then it's a race to the finish to see where we can get. So as Max comes around the last few corners, we'll suddenly start to boost as George Russell comes into the pits. And we'll boost a little bit. I won't be able to boost fully. So I'm going to try and just conserve a little bit of corners here and there. And can we push now? Can we get Leclerc into this? It'll be a big move if we can get him, and we can. So it's up to P3. So we've just got one driver to combat now, and we've got Russell on hard tyres. So Russell's going to be slow. I haven't got the tyre management here with Verstappen left, but Carlos Sainz is going to be pitting this lap as well. And we haven't got a great gap to Carlos Sainz, if I'm honest, either. But Carlos Sainz comes into the pits. I've got enough gap to that Ferrari, which is not going to cause me an issue, hopefully, in the pits. And here we go. So perfect pit stop. Sainz is straight back out. And I'm not going to boost him yet. We get ahead of the Ferrari. We don't get ahead of the Mercedes, but George Russell is on hard tyres, so we should be able to get George really quickly. And the question is then, can we get P2? So we're already past George Russell, and now it's all about Max Verstappen on the softs, so that's going to be a lot harder to overtake. But we have got an equal Max Verstappen, and we have got a boost of Eagle on there as well. So we have got the management and the grip to keep pushing. Sainz I'm not going to boost yet until I need to. Obviously I don't want team orders to come into effect here. And what about Verstappen? Verstappen sitting on the back of Max at the minute, and I'm going to boost now because we're going to try and get Max round the outside, and we do. So it's P1 and P2 for AZWF1 Racing. Just made up my own little team name just for fun. And it is absolutely wonderful work, and you can see the fuel on Sainz. Sainz has got 5 laps of fuel left. Max has got 2.5 coming up, and we've worked that a treat. So the Rooster has that amazing blocking, it has the tyre management, and it has the grip, so it gives me a good shot to hold up the field. And obviously Max Verstappen has got the grip and the tyre management, and he is now in P2, and we've got him from P4 and P8 up to P1 and P2. And I'll get it right this time. We did 4 laps on the soft, 3 laps on the soft to make the 7 laps. And usually what we'll do, we use a tyre management boost, and it makes you be able to push on the 4th lap, and then you can come into the pits and push all the way to the finish. But that will be P1 and P2, Carlos Sainz winning the race. And that is exactly what we needed to start this GP. 2 lots of P1 and P2. The rival destroyed into submission. And Sainz and Verstappen crossed the line. 1-2, 47 points. And the crowd goes absolutely wild. But it's 47 points for us. Race number 3. It's raining. It's Monza in Italy. And we didn't pick our wet driver because I just feel like level 7 Norris is not as good for me. And he probably should have been. Because it's P2 and P10 how we start this race. And it is going to be an interesting race indeed. So I'm going to go for the same strategy here, guys. I'm going to try and hold up the field, and I'm going to push Max as well with that dead fast, I'm thinking. Or the lumberjack. I'm probably going to go... we'll go dead fast for speed. So we're going to try and hold up the field. We're going to try and get Max Verstappen through the field. And in hindsight, we could have gone for sort of Norris and would have been a lot further up the field. But we'd also struggle in the dry. So we're off. Carlos Sainz is in the lead, exactly how we wanted it. And we've got Verstappen up to P8. So a great start there. We've got a fair few soft tyres. So 2 soft tyres ahead of us, and a medium and a hard. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and bring the field back to Carlos Sainz here. That is the aim, and we're going to try and get Verstappen past a few cars in front. So we're going to push him now. We've got hard tyre Lewis Hamilton ahead. Surely we can go up the inside here, and we can. So we're up to P7. Sainz is now having the other sort of part of the field close up to him. So this is exactly perfect what we want. And Sainz behind us is on the hard tyre. So we should be absolutely A-OK here to be able to do what we want to do. And now P6 is George Russell on the soft. So we've probably not got an amazing chance of getting past him. But dead fast is an absolute beast. So we're going to keep an eye on it. And here we go. So into the last corner. We're just going to keep close. Dead fast tries to get us through. And there's a bit of a chaotic barter here. Can we get Russell? Oh, not quite. Nearly got Russell there. And we're going to come back to do 2 laps. And while all this goes on, Carlos Sainz is going to hold up the field. So we're going to boost a little bit. We're going to have Max and Russell both coming in ahead of us. Can we get Max or Russell down here? And you can see the effect I'm having on the field here. The field is absolutely bunching up. And Carlos Sainz is going to be staying out there. And he's going to be just literally blocking the field. So we're not going to service. So can we get Max Verstappen? Oh, nearly. Nearly got Max. That would have been absolutely perfect. And Carlos Sainz is still going to be sitting out there. And what did Max Verstappen go on to? Max went on to hards, so we need to get past him straight away if we want this strategy to work. And hopefully we can get him into this section. It's definitely going to be vital that we get him here. And we're going to do one more lap with Sainz, and we're not going to get past Max Verstappen on that hard tyre. But what about now? We still can't get past him. This is not what we needed. We really needed to get past Max. And now we suddenly don't go, and we go around the outside. So I don't really know what's going on with Max Verstappen here. But we're going to keep him boosting. We're going to come back for mediums. Carlos Sainz is absolutely away with the fairies. And Carlos Sainz ahead of us is not going to be able to do the full quota of laps on them tyres, I don't think. And we do now get Carlos Sainz. I can't believe we haven't got Max Verstappen through. No, now we get him. Now we need to pit. We get Max Verstappen. Isn't that typical? But Carlos Sainz, you know what he's going to be doing, guys. He's going to be holding the field up. And that has really cost us. But we've got a lot of soft tyres ahead. So we can claw this back. It's not over yet. And these we're going to be trying picking off. We're only 7 seconds off the lead. So anybody who pits ahead, we're going to get ahead. And can Verstappen get Alonso here? This is crucial. We do get him. And Carlos Sainz now starts to hold up the field. So this is what we want. We want Carlos Sainz to hold up the field as much as he can. And you can see already Max Verstappen is into P8. We're going to cut him down because we can't overtake through here. And we're going to have the whole field probably have to pit here apart from the rival. So we're going to boost again. It's really strategic play now. We need this rival. Can we get here up the inside? So we're going to keep boosting. We have to get the rival if we want to make this work. And I don't think we are. But the rest of the field now pit. And we are P4. And what we got ahead of him. We might have some trouble with these running out of tyres. That's the hope. So can we keep the pressure on? Will they run out of tyres? And will we snatch P1 and P2 here? Norris is about to run out. And I'm very much hoping that they do. They're both about to run out of tyres. And now they do run out of tyres. Can Max Verstappen go up the inside? Come on, Max, you can get that one position. Surely. Surely. Oh, he's got it. What a finish. P1 and P2. We literally took the position on the line. Wow. What a race. On the line, 47 points. You couldn't write it. The last race of opening round that you will see. And we've gone 3 lots of 47 so far. So absolutely perfect. And it was an absolute photo finish in the last race. And it's P4 and P8 that we start this one. And we are going to try and bring us absolutely to the front of this. So, Lumberjack and Deadfast. No, Gladiator. Speed, fuel. It's pretty similar to Deadfast, but it's got the blocking. And we're going to go attacking in France. So I've done a strategy guide for France recently, guys. Do check that out if you haven't already. That uploaded Thursday, I think I uploaded it. And we're off then. So Carlos Sainz gets a good start up the inside, but he only maintains position, switches to the outside, and it's P3 for Carlos. Carlos absolutely flying on that Gladiator up the inside. P2, can we complete the set and get Carlos Sainz into the lead? Oh, we can. What a first lap by Carlos Sainz. Incredible. P1 for Carlos Sainz as we settle down with P6 for Max Verstappen. And Carlos Sainz now battling the other Ferrari, but we managed to keep it. So we're going to hold up a little bit. We're not going to push too much. And we are P6 with Max. So what have we got ahead? We've got 2 hard tyres, which will be absolutely be able to smash past while they're out there by doing an undercut. We're not going to push Verstappen too much yet. And we've got a lot of soft tyres behind us, so it's going to get pretty busy in the pits as Max Verstappen comes around this last part. And we're going to have a lot of interest next lap. certainly with the pit stops. So we're going to start boosting Verstappen. I want to get him to have a little bit of a gap over Hamilton. Sainz is still holding up Leclerc, so that's absolutely perfect. And now Verstappen's pulled a little bit of gap to the Mercedes behind. But can he go up the inside? He can, and it's P5 for Verstappen. And he's got the hard tyre ahead of him. This should be easy, shouldn't it? It should be. It's not. And we've dropped some seconds behind, but we're back ahead now. We're into P4. And I'm going to pit without the servicing this time. And we've got Sainz into the pits. Hopefully a quick pit stop because it's going to be close. It is a quick pit stop. Sainz will come back out in P3. Verstappen comes back out and it is P6. So we've not lost too much coming into the pits. And we've got a soft tyre and 3 lots of hard in ahead of us. So the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc is our danger in this race. As Max Verstappen now behind George Russell, but not for long. And he's up into P5, and it'll be the Ferrari in front of him, which is absolutely crucial. So can we get Charles Leclerc very quickly here? And that Gladiator is absolutely helping us. You can see how keen Max Verstappen is to get past. What about the first corner? What about it? Not quite. And it's still P3. But here we go, up the inside. Oh, can we go again up the inside? No. So we're still right tucked behind Charles. What about now? We are. So we're P2. We've got Carlos Sainz going to be coming in to the pits this lap, and I'm going to stick him on some softs. Max Verstappen, we've used pretty much all of the servicing, so we didn't need to obviously do that before. As Max jumps into the pits, and Carlos Sainz comes out. So Carlos Sainz in P1, and Max Verstappen is coming out in P4. But obviously we've got Charles Leclerc to pit. So we need to start closing the gap. And I'm going to use Carlos Sainz to hold up Charles Leclerc a little bit. So the Lumberjack doesn't have the boost, but just by the skill that I've got, I'm going to try and hold him up. And we've got Sainz now all over the back, or Verstappen all over the back of Sainz. But that's easy. That's into P3. And Carlos Sainz has done a good job holding Charles Leclerc up. And that should see Max into P2. Indeed it does. And Max will be boosting to the end with 2 laps to go. Sainz is absolutely fine up front. And that is how you absolutely strategically place your cars in France. From P4 to P8, most races were up to P1 and P2. And Sainz will now cruise to the end. Verstappen will close the gap as well, just for a bit of fun. And we'll see them just cruise to the finish and see what they can do. But yeah, P1, P2. So we've had our absolutely beautiful first 4 races of the Brazil GP. It's exactly what we wanted. Makes easy points. And we'll just go with about 15 seconds of the lap to go. We'll watch these come round, and it will be a nice P1 and P2. Remember to let me know the track that you're struggling on, and I can give you some advice on that part going forward. But that is P1 and P2. That finishes off the final 4 as we wait for the rival to finish, who's coming down the back straight now. And that is 4 lots of 47 points. Absolutely perfection. As you can see, Sainz going past Sainz. Rival's just trying to get about 10 points by the look of it. 9. He's on 9. I did him some justice. And he crosses the line. So it is great racing today so far. 47 points. And let's see where that puts us in the leaderboard at the moment. As we come back to the main menu, as the dogs go mad for the celebration. 4 races, 188 points. Top of the pile in terms of max scoring at the minute. And we've just got to do the final 4. So as always, Another 4 races tomorrow. Final 4 coming. We've got no music man in our group at the minute, and could another P1 be on the cards? As always, I'll see you in the next one.